This is a breakdown of how your limitations make you better in your creative and business pursuits. My life started getting better when I started doing things I could do more easily, not when I started pushing myself more. And if you want to make more money, build an audience, or improve at any skill, this idea will help you. You work on your weaknesses like you go to the gym, but you make your strengths your day job. You know the band Green Day? There's a reason why Green Day only uses 4 chords in their songs. One of the reasons that you might not have thought about is because you can jump off of a big speaker and land on stage while playing that chord. They hang their guitars like way too low and it just looks absurd, and no classical guitarist would ever hold a guitar that way, but it looks cool. It's like the gangster version of like pulling your pants down low is the way they hold their guitars. You can't play technically proficient guitar while holding your guitar there, but you can look really cool and you can play 4 chords that sound really nice. Sometimes the answer is limitation, and limitation is what enables you to do the cool thing. One of the things that I learned to do that was so powerful, this is when I started creating good music, was when I started limiting the difficulty of what I was doing. I would come up with creative ideas. 60% of them were very doable, and then another 10% were challenging but could be accomplished. And then the last 10% were just ideas that I had, that there was no way in hell I was gonna really do them. And what I learned to do was to cut that 10% out and then cut the next 10% out too, because I was full of shit. And once I started doing that, then I started playing music that I could play easily. And then I started sounding good. And here's the weird part is my perceived skill level increased. And this is another thing that's relevant to anything that you're doing, whether you're starting a business or you're playing an instrument. Nobody wants to hear a skilled musician get up on stage and play a piece of music that they can just barely play. What will happen is it will be a bit out of tune. It will be a bit offbeat. There'll be some pauses that shouldn't be there, and we'll cringe a little bit inside, and we will feel respect for the difficulty that that musician went through, and we will never go to another show. It is the same with your product delivery. Nobody wants to buy a product from you that you can just barely deliver. What we want is we want to go to a concert where a musician plays something that is so easy for them to play that they can express themselves with that piece of music. Meaning it's so easy to play that the person can have fun playing it. One of the most beautiful lectures I ever attended was a breakdown of Somewhere Over the Rainbow by, is it Judy Garland, I think? She performed that piece of music throughout her entire life. The lecturer broke down the nuances of her performance throughout the years and showed how musicians, some business owners, they get tortured by having to deliver the same product over and over and over again. Bands get sick of the album that they have to play over and over and over again. But what she did was she established a new relationship with the song over and over and over again. And so it didn't calcify. It actually became something that she was able to sing differently over time. She was able to express differently over time. We know this is a thing that can be done. Johnny Cash covered Hurt by Nine Inch Nails. It sounded completely different. You can take a song and you can treat it the way you want to treat it. You can deliver a product and you can deliver it your way. And the way that people want product delivered, the way people want art performed, is with ease. When we watch the Summer Olympics and somebody's doing a gymnastics routine, the beauty of it is everybody walks away saying, she made it look like it was easy. Her skill set is doing everything she can to do something that is actually within her capacity, not outside. It's not actually to press her edges. It's actually to be so excellent that this thing that she's doing is here. It's lower. It's easier than her edge. And if you want to create magic in your performance, if you want to create magic in your business, if you want to do things that stun people, that make people amazed and love what you do, then you learn how to do something that's within your capacity that you can do with excellence. And when you understand that, you let go of this need, this pressure to feel like you have to push yourself constantly to the edge of your ability. And you start to realize that's not what people actually want from me. That's my training. I still push myself. I'm still going to push myself to train. But my performance needs to be done with ease. And so let me go look for the thing that I can do with ease. And there's another trap of laziness in there where you go like constantly looking for the thing that's easier. But this is a message for people that care. This is actually like the core message of the book that I wrote. For ambitious people, the message is do the thing that you can do with ease because you're already applying your ambition. You're already trying hard. You're already trying to be excellent. So we know that game is being played. So let's work on your delivery. And your delivery is, how do we do the thing that we can just shine at? And that is 5 grade levels below what your edge is. If you want better decisions and principles to make more money, build an audience, and get your life together, go to the link in the description or go to apply.joshterryplays.com.